YouTube is the dominant video platform around the world, generating close to $20 billion for Google in 2020. In comparison, the YouTube of China, Bilibili, is more than 13 times smaller than YouTube currently. But does this company has the potential to become as big as YouTube? Let's explore its history, its business, and its future together. Hi guys, Stanley here. Bilibili is a $50 billion company listed on Nasdaq. The company is a video platform in China where anyone can upload their own videos. We talk about the big three Netflix-like video platform of China, Youku, Tencent's Video, and iQIYI in our last video. However, unlike all of them, Bilibili tends to be undercovered in the press, especially outside of China. Yet, the history of Bilibili is a story worth explaining. Bilibili started as a niche platform for the ACG community in China. ACG meaning anime, comic, and games. The story of Bilibili starts back in 2007. The year was 2007 and there were no major platform dedicated for anime fans. So someone by the name of Xiling created one as a hobby project, calling it AC Fun. It is also known as Station A for many of their users. At first, it was just a fun project to create a community of like-minded people like him. However, as the community grew, the financial stress on Xiling grows as well. At the time, he was still a student, although the minimum cost of maintaining the website was just a few $1,000 renminbi. But for a student, there is still a sizable expenses. Xiling struggled to maintain the website and it often suffers crashes and outages, sometimes for months. So, to solve this issue, some of the power users in AC Fun decided to create a mirror website to help AC Fun communities who have been left out with no platform to visit during these outages. The leader of this group is someone by the name of Xunyi, and they created the website Miku Fans. The original idea was never to compete with AC Fun, but rather to act as a backup site for the community. But as AC Fun continues to struggle to keep the site up, more and more people started joining Miku Fans instead. Later on, Xunyi and his friends switched the name of Miku Fans to Bilibili, and more commonly known to its user as Station B. At this point, we have established that AC Fun is far from perfect, but because the ACG culture in China was booming, the struggle at AC Fun did not stop it from growing. Fortunately, AC Fun was able to sort out its issue and both platforms grew together. But as the user interface and user experience of Bilibili was much better than AC Fun's, many high-profile creators started shifting more of their content to Bilibili. This was another step for Bilibili to become a sustainable platform on its own. By 2010, the founder of AC Fun made a major decision. Xiling, maybe being frustrated with all the issue of AC Fun, or maybe because of office politics, decided to sell off AC Fun for 4 million renminbi and wash his hands off the platform. Xiling sold AC Fun to two top managers from Shenda Group, a key gaming company in China at the time. The change in management gave AC Fun a period of more stable growth after that. At the same time, Bilibili was still a struggling hobby project. Bilibili website was not even registered as a company yet. So its founder, Xunyi, while attending university in Hangzhou, traveled to Beijing to look for funding from venture capitalists. Unfortunately, he met with no after no after no. Basically, no VCs believe in the vision for Bilibili. Xunyi gave up and decided to bootstrap the development. At that point, Bilibili was only generating income from advertising. But the income was far less than the operating cost of the website, which can be above 100,000 renminbi a month. That is a major cash burn for Xunyi. Luckily, he came from a wealthy family, so he continued to seek his family help to sustain Bilibili. But that will all change with the appearance of Chen Rui, the current chairman and CEO of Bilibili. Chen Rui is a massive anime and comic fan, but he is also a veteran in the Chinese tech space. He started his career at Kingsoft in 2001, one of the leading software companies in China. He grew through the ranks and worked directly under then CEO Lei Jun. When Lei Jun retired from Kingsoft, Chen Rui went on to start Beike Internet Securities, where he was the CEO of the company from 2008 to 2010. Beike was later acquired by Kingsoft and merged with another subsidiary. The combined company was later renamed Cheetah Mobile. Cheetah Mobile is now a listed company on New York Stock Exchange and is also a listed subsidiary of Kingsoft. So before Chen Rui came into contact with Bilibili, he was already an established tech entrepreneur in China. But luckily for Bilibili, Chen Rui was also an avid anime fan. He has been actively watching the development of Bilibili. Chen Rui then reached out to Xun Yi via email and flew to Hangzhou to meet the founder multiple times. He indicated to Xun Yi that he was very interested to become an investor. However, after Xun Yi's experience with VC in Beijing, he was very skeptical of bringing in an investor. So initially, he rejected the investment. But as Bilibili grew, the need to upgrade its infrastructure became more urgent. So he accepted the investment from Chen Rui, making him his angel investor. Chen Rui also continued to help Bilibili as a consultant. He advised Xun Yi to implement many new features during this period. With the help of Chen Rui and his investment, Bilibili was finally turning a corner. And by 2013, VC started noticing the potential of AC Fund and Bilibili. In particular, IDG China, one of the largest VC in the country, came knocking on the door of AC Fund. IDG is an established name in the VC circle in China, having invested in multiple unicorns like Tencent, Meituan, Baidu, and Xiaomi. IDG wanted to invest in AC Fund, but AC Fund was going through a change in business focus then. Instead of focusing on building the ACG community as a creator platform, the top management was turning their attention to live streaming, in particular, gaming live streaming. So seeing that their philosophy was different from IDG, AC Fund's top management rejected the investment from IDG. But they actually introduced them to Bilibili. IDG then invested about $4.5 million in Bilibili as a Series A investor. Once Bilibili got the investment, Chen Rui went back to AC Fund to propose a merger between the two stations. As AC Fund management was more interested to go into game live streaming, they were eager to sell off AC Fund as well. However, before they can finalize the deal, another angel investor, Chai Dongqing, the founder of Alpha Group, started approaching AC Fund as well. Alpha Group is an animation and toy company. In the end, AC Fund was more interested in the deal proposed by Alpha Group, so they decided to sell AC Fund to Chai Dongqing. The deal was that Chai will allow them to spin off the game streaming business from AC Fund. So the previous owner of AC Fund spun it off and renamed it Douyu. And yes, Douyu went on to list on Nasdaq and became one of the largest live streaming platforms in China. Today, Douyu is in the midst of a merger with its main rival, Huya. The deal also marks the beginning of the end for AC Fund. To Chai Dongqing, AC Fund is just a small investment for Alpha Group, so he never put too much attention to it. Very soon, they brought in additional investors into AC Fund. After a few years of operation, AC Fund fell into a lawsuit with Youku Tudou for using its content. The case ballooned to a criminal case, and some management of AC Fund even went to jail for it. However, by 2015, Youku Tudou emerged as an 18% shareholder of AC Fund after investing $50 million. But there were also rumors that the equity stake was the result of a compensation for the lawsuit. I cannot confirm which story is true, but the point is, Youku Tudou was added into AC Fund's growing list of shareholders. And after Youku Tudou was acquired by Alibaba Group in the same year, AC Fund managed to get an investment from SoftBank as well. All this resulted in multiple major shareholders within AC Fund, all fighting for control. And this created chaos in the management of AC Fund. And changing CEO became the norm for AC Fund. On the other hand, Chen Rui finally joined Bilibili full-time in 2014. And that marks the start of the ultra-growth era for Bilibili. With his experience, he grew Bilibili steadily and gotten investment from other VCs and even Tencent's holding. Chen Rui also ensured that Bilibili obtained all the necessary licenses to operate so that it will not fall into the same trouble as AC Fund. By 2018, he successfully led Bilibili to a listing on Nasdaq and even attracted Alibaba to start acquiring an 8% stake in Bilibili in 2019. This makes Bilibili one of the few companies that Alibaba and Tencent have both co-invested in. Today, Bilibili is generating revenue in 4 ways. It produces and publishes games for its user. It also has many value-added services like membership, pay-to-view, or live broadcasting. This is actually the fastest growing segment for Bilibili. Thirdly, it still has a strong advertising business. And lastly, it's growing its e-commerce business with a partnership with Taobao. In the last 12 months, it has a revenue of 10 billion renminbi, which has been growing 135% a year over the past 3 years. As a platform, its monthly active user has also been growing impressively. Currently, there are 197 million monthly active users on the platform, more than doubled from 2 years ago. However, given the strong competition for video entertainment in China, the company is far from profitable. It made a net loss of 2.6 billion RMB in the last 12 months. It might be years before it reached profitability. But the good thing is that the company has a very strong balance sheet with more than 14 billion in cash. The company is also in a net cash position. At the core of it, the key to a sustainable and strong platform is having a strong creator communities. In the last quarter, it has more than 1.7 million active creators, which is up 51% from last year. Bilibili has one of the strongest creators community as a platform, something they had since the very beginning. Although Bilibili might not follow the business roadmap of YouTube, its strong community will be the key to its success in the long run. And after seeing the success of other platforms like YouTube, WeChat, and Weibo, I do feel that the best might be yet to come for Bilibili. Although I do not own this company now, Bilibili is certainly one I'm considering. So that's the story of Bilibili over the past 14 years. Are you a user of Bilibili? Share your experience with us below. If you want to know more about investing, remember to check out our free investing course at valueinvestasia.com/free course. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give us a like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on any of our videos. As always, till we meet again, my name is Stanley. Happy Chinese New Year and invest safely.